Welcome and thank you for joining us. I'm Kaelin Clay.
And I'm Georgia Richards. This is the Ouachita News.
This week is shaping out to be a busy one with Halloween events, a football game, and TWIRP. Josh, tell us what the weather will be like for all of these events.
Thank you, Kaelin. The most notable part of this week is going to be Saturday, where we have a 100% chance of rain. Storms will move in the night before and last through the morning. It'll probably keep sprinkling through Sunday, and don't expect the clouds to clear up fully until the next day on Monday. We are expecting over an inch of rain, which will help alleviate the dry spell even more after the rain we got earlier this week. Temps this week are going to be great as the fall weather finally kicks in. Temps will remain in the 70s through Friday, but they will drop into the 60s as storms move in. And they won't stay this cool for long though, and temps will once again get back into the 70s starting Monday. Kickoff for this week's football game is going to be on Thursday. The day will have a high of 71 and some clouds will move in later in the evening. Now is a perfect time to get out and enjoy the game while the weather is this great. You may start seeing leaves on the ground this week as the fall season finally moves in. The trees still haven't turned yet, but be looking forward to the nice fall colors coming in future weeks. This week is shaping up to be one of the most pleasant we've had so far, Tigers. Make sure to get out and enjoy it while you can.
Thanks, Josh. One Ouachita student witnessed human trafficking taking place right in front of her. Kennedy Holland has more with the A21 Walk for Freedom.
I'm here at the Arkadelphia High School track where the nonprofit organization A21 is hosting their annual Walk for Freedom, advocating for victims of human trafficking and bringing awareness to the modern-day slavery that is happening right here in Arkansas. Ouachita Junior Isabella Bejanero has organized this event in conjunction with A21.
When I was about 15 years old, I witnessed human trafficking happen before me.
Bejanero said that 1 in 54 Arkansans are enslaved right now.
I started researching, and this was one of the organizations that came up, and they just had a really active way to be able to participate and get involved, and that really caught my eye. That you can make a difference. It seems like a huge issue because there are 40 million people enslaved in the world right now, but the more people that know, even if just 1% of the whole world knows what to do in a trafficking situation, they can be twice as many as the victims of human trafficking. Knowing what to do, getting informed, getting involved is so much, is so meaningful, is so important. It's just such an intersectional issue. We can help make our community free of trafficking, and in making our community free of trafficking, we can also make our world free of trafficking.
You can learn more, donate, or just check out their website at a21.org. For Ouachita News, I'm Kennedy Holland.
What a great event. Inflation has impacted the entire country, but social clubs on campus are feeling the effects of it too. Take a look.
Didn't want to have to raise our club dues, so we were trying to think of ways if we weren't going to raise the dues because of costs going up in different areas, how could we best either approach fundraising this next semester or things that we could cut back on or spend less money on, and just thinking of kind of creative ways to combat that.
We will continue to follow this story in the coming weeks.
The Women is Required to Pay, TWIRP as we call it around here, kicks off this Friday with the Women of EEE's 59th. Come swing, dance, jive, and have fun with the Women of EEE. Barn Bash will take place Saturday night. Dress in your plaid and denim and square dance with Campus Ministries. And to round up the first weekend of TWIRP, Kaimu Masquerade is Sunday night. To be sure to dress fancy and wear a neat mask. But before all of that happens, we have a football game Thursday night. Brody Kriegal is here with the latest updates on the Ouachita Athletics.
Welcome to the Aurora Rundown. I'm Brody Kriegal. Ouachita's fall sports teams are getting closer to championship month. Teams are looking to end October strong as many position themselves for postseason play. We begin with football as the top 5 Ouachita football team moved to 8-0 after beating Southern Arkansas in the Murphy USA Classic 63-31. After trailing the Mule Riders 14-7 in the first quarter, the Tigers went ahead and never looked back, scoring 9 total touchdowns. This is the third game this season where Ouachita has scored more than 60 points, and the first time that this has happened since 1942. Behind another solid effort from the offensive line, running back TJ Cole dominated the ballgame with 230 yards rushing and tied a GAC record with 6 rushing touchdowns. Cole's second consecutive 200-yard rushing game led him to back-to-back GAC Offensive Player of the Week awards. The Tigers have a quick turnaround as they will play their final regular season home game of the season on Thursday night as East Central comes to Cliff Harris Stadium for a 6 p.m. kickoff. Senior night ceremonies will take place before the game. Women's soccer is entering the final week of the regular season, with Ouachita currently tied for first place in the conference after a 4-4 draw with Harding on Tuesday. The top team will host the conference tournament starting next week. The tie with Harding was the team's 4th straight tie, as last Saturday the women finished in a 0-0 draw against Northwestern Oklahoma State. The last 2 matches of the regular season will determine whether Ouachita, Southwestern Oklahoma State, or Oklahoma Baptist will win the regular season title and host the conference tournament. November 3rd and 5th, Ouachita wraps regular season play Thursday in Ada, Oklahoma against East Central. Both Southwestern and Oklahoma Baptist played Thursday and Saturday. Last Thursday, volleyball completed a season sweep of Henderson State, beating the Reddies 3-0. Riley Brazil led in kills with 10, and Ouachita had a season-high 11 blocks, with Haley Fairchild recording 8, which is also a team high for the season. This win followed a 3-0 sweep of UAM the week before, and made this the Tigers' 5th straight win by scores of 3-0. The win against Henderson State clinched the Tigers a berth in the GAC volleyball tournament in early November. Ouachita will wrap up regular season play next week with 2 matches. The final home match of the season will be Tuesday, November 1st, in the senior night match versus Arkansas Tech. In other Tiger sports, the swim teams lost their first Battle of the Ravine meet at Henderson, and men's soccer is set to play its last home match and honor its seniors this Saturday at 2:00 p.m. versus Harding at Cluck Field. That's all for the Roar Rundown. Back to you.
Thank you, Brody. Tonight, the men of Rho Sigma are hosting Rho Sig Halloween. If you have a costume, wear it. Come prepared for a spooky good time of dancing, costume contests, and more. Rho Sig Halloween will be in the Tiger Den from 10 to midnight.
Well, Kaelin, are you dressing up for Halloween?
Well, I'm planning on it, Georgia, but I think I'm going to keep my costume a surprise this year.
Okay.
Are you dressing up for Halloween?
I am not, but what I do have prepared for us today is a Halloween joke. Are you ready?
Okay, I am.
Okay, Kaelin, where does a ghost go on vacation?
I don't know, Georgia, where?
Malibu.
That's great, Georgia. I love Halloween. And that's all we have for you today. We will see you next time with more of the latest Ouachita news.
Thank you.